The worst cuts in boxing history. While boxing is often celebrated for its displays of athleticism, strategy, and sheer courage, there's another aspect of the sport that can't be ignored: the brutal reality of injuries, particularly cuts. Over the years, there have been numerous fights where a well-placed punch or an accidental clash of heads has resulted in devastating cuts that altered the course of the match and left lasting impressions on the fighters and fans alike. That being said, let's take a closer look at 5 of the worst cuts in boxing history. 5. Meldrick Taylor versus Julio Cesar Chavez. The year was 1990, and the stage was set for a showdown between two boxing legends, Meldrick Taylor and Julio Cesar Chavez. In what would become one of the most controversial fights in boxing history, Taylor dominated the early rounds with his lightning-fast combinations and footwork. However, in the final seconds of the fight, Chavez unleashed a flurry of punches, one of which landed with devastating precision on Taylor's face, causing a deep gash above his right eye. Despite Taylor's valiant efforts to continue, the referee stopped the fight with just seconds remaining, handing Chavez a dramatic victory by technical knockout. The image of Taylor's bloody face remains etched in the minds of boxing fans everywhere, a testament to the brutal toll that this sport can take on its participants. 4. Vitaly Klitschko versus Lennox Lewis. In the summer of 2003, excitement crackled in the air as boxing buffs geared up for the epic rematch between heavyweight champs Vitaly Klitschko and Lennox Lewis. It was the kind of showdown folks had been itching for, filled with anticipation and high hopes. But what unfolded was nothing short of a gut-wrenching roller coaster. Picture this: the fight was in full swing, punches flying, adrenaline pumping, when suddenly, a sickening clash of heads rocked the ring. In the blink of an eye, Vitaly Klitschko, the towering titan of the boxing world, found himself on the receiving end of a vicious blow. The impact tore open a gory gash above his left eye, unleashing a crimson torrent that painted his face in a gruesome mask of blood. The atmosphere shifted from electric to eerie as Klitschko battled to stay in the game, his vision clouded by the crimson cascade streaming from his wound. Ringside, the doctor's grim expression spoke volumes. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill scrape. It was a brutal, bone-deep cut that threatened to derail the entire bout. But Klitschko, true to his warrior spirit, refused to go down without a fight. With blood-soaked determination, he pleaded with his corner to let him soldier on, to defy the odds and seize victory from the jaws of defeat. Yet despite his valiant protests, fate had already cast its cruel hand. In a heartbreaking twist, the referee stepped in, his decision final. The fight was over. Lennox Lewis was declared the victor, leaving Klitschko's dreams shattered in a pool of blood and sweat. It was a stark reminder of the unforgiving brutality lurking within the confines of the ring, a chilling testament to the sacrifices made in the name of glory. As the crowd fell silent, haunted by the harrowing spectacle they just witnessed, one thing became painfully clear. In the world of boxing, triumph and tragedy walk hand in hand, leaving an indelible mark on all who dare to step into the arena. 3. Arturo Gatti versus Wilson Rodriguez. Known for his relentless fighting style and iron will, Arturo Gatti was no stranger to adversity inside the boxing ring. However, in a fateful encounter with Wilson Rodriguez in 1996, Gatti faced perhaps his greatest challenge yet. Early in the fight, Rodriguez unleashed a vicious left hook that caught Gatti flush on the forehead, opening a deep gash that left him bleeding profusely. Despite the best efforts of his corner to stem the flow of blood, Gatti's injury only worsened as the fight progressed, eventually forcing the referee to call a halt to the contest in the 6th round. The sight of Gatti's blood-soaked face and unwavering determination in the face of adversity left an indelible impression on all who witnessed the bout, cementing his legacy as one of the toughest fighters to ever step into the ring. 2. Nigel Benn versus Gerald McClellan. In February 1995, Nigel Benn and Gerald McClellan squared off in a highly anticipated middleweight title fight that would ultimately end in tragedy. From the opening bell, both fighters traded heavy blows, each determined to impose their will on the other. However, in the later rounds, disaster struck when McClellan suffered a devastating cut above his right eye, the result of a vicious combination from Benn. Despite the severity of the injury, McClellan continued to fight valiantly, refusing to yield to the pain. However, as the fight wore on, it became increasingly clear that McClellan's condition was deteriorating rapidly. In the end, with McClellan unable to see out of his injured eye, the referee called a halt to the contest, awarding Benn the victory by technical knockout. Tragically, the aftermath of the fight would be overshadowed by McClellan's severe injuries, which left him permanently disabled and serve as a sobering reminder of the dangers inherent in the sport of boxing. 1. Manny Pacquiao versus Antonio Margarito. In November 2010, boxing fans witnessed a brutal encounter between Manny Pacquiao and Antonio Margarito for the vacant WBC super welterweight title. Despite being outsized and outweighed by his opponent, Pacquiao showcased his superior speed and skill, dominating Margarito for much of the fight. However, in the later rounds, Margarito's relentless pressure began to take its toll as he landed a series of punishing blows that left Pacquiao bloodied and bruised. In the 11th round, Pacquiao suffered a severe cut above his right eye, the result of a vicious uppercut from Margarito. Despite the injury, Pacquiao showed incredible heart and determination, finishing the fight on his feet and ultimately earning a lopsided unanimous decision victory. The sight of Pacquiao's bloody face served as a stark reminder of the sacrifices that fighters make in pursuit of greatness, leaving fans in awe of his courage and resilience in the face of adversity. To sum it up, these 5 instances serve as sobering reminders of the unforgiving nature of boxing and the toll that it can take on its participants. From deep gashes to life-altering injuries, these cuts have left lasting impressions on fighters and fans alike, serving as strong reminders of the inherent dangers of the sport. Yet, amidst the bloodshed and brutality, there is also a beauty in the courage and resilience displayed by these warriors who refuse to back down in the face of adversity. As fans, we must never forget the sacrifices made by these athletes in the pursuit of greatness, and we must always honor their courage and determination, both inside and outside the ring. So guys, which of these cuts shocked you the most? Go ahead and tell us in the comments below. And when you're done, make sure you subscribe to our channel, then like and share this video so your pals can watch it too. We'll see you in the next video.